Yo, what it is. It be Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see, hit that like and subscribe and get notified when we have new videos. It helps the channel because we are on our way to 4,000 subscribers before November 1st, which is when TFCon Baltimore is, and that's where I will be. But before we get into that, just to let you know that sometime this week I will be posting our 3,000 subscriber giveaway video. Yes, y'all have been waiting for that, so it will be coming. But today, folks, we go back to where more than meets the eye. We go to the world of the Autobots and the Decepticons and that never-ending war. Yes, we go to Transformers, which is my first love, but it's been a while since I've done a Transformers video. But we're gonna look at a little tiny guy by the name of Bumblebee from the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee and see if this is the one that you need, or have we still not found what we're looking for in this. So let's go to my lab and find out. Here we have him, folks, Deluxe Class Studio Series 86 Bumblebee from Transformers the movie. Now, there is some things that I love and I hate so far with this whole thing. First of all, I love the packaging. I hate that this is one of probably the smallest deluxe figures you're gonna get, and they charge you for the deluxe figure. So deluxe figures, typically you can find them anywhere from $19.99 upwards to $25, just depending on where you shop for him. But yeah, he's the smaller of them, and we'll show you here when we compare them all, but right now he's stuck in his little package here. But I do love the box art, and I do love the fact that they have strengthened these boxes. Hasbro has listened to feedback, made these boxes a little bit more durable. Does come with 23 easy steps for something so small, 23 steps, and it does come with a backdrop there. But let's get it out of the box and let's get him onto my table. Bumblebee, roll out now. He has rolled out on my table. Here he is, Bumblebee. And so far, just taking him out of the package, he feels pretty good in the hands. And so, again, really small deluxe figure, but looks like there's a lot of complexity and intricacy to him. So we'll get into that here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and go over what's in the package. So you get his little small pew-pew gun here. It's just silver. Right there. I don't know if it's painted silver. Yeah, it looks like it's just painted silver right there. So there it is. Very nice. Beautiful. Then you also get the instructions that tell you how to transform Bumblebee, which is something that I definitely need. I am not the best intuitive transforming person here, so I do need these to instruct him. And then we also get this little backdrop, which is the innards of Unicron. The innards of Unicron. There we are. And we can throw that to the side right now. Don't really need it. And then we get the bee. Let's bring in the bee. Wait, it's too he's too short. He's too short. There he is. Let's bring him actually up for us to see the bee right there. And there he is in the hands. You can kind of see him here from the front, from the side, the back, the side. Looks like he's mostly yellow plastic with painted on black, and I can see some areas that just are kind of bugging me a little bit, but let's just see how tall he is first. He is going to be about 4 1/4, almost 4 1/2, about right there. So yeah, little tiny guy. Of course, Bumblebee is small in the show and stuff like that, but gosh, they charge you for a full price deluxe when you are missing the pickles and the onions here, or the tomato, or whatever it is on here. So like it's a burger that you got charged for that you don't have all the burger, but that's okay. We're gonna love him anyway and see what we can do to play around with him just a little bit. But just a couple things that I see right now that are kind of bugging me. This is weird. He looks like he's straight on like this, but his hip is a little off. So if let me turn him, maybe turn the leg a little bit. Maybe that's it right there. There we go. There we go. Just feels a little off there. But right here, for me, the paint is just a little sloppy on my copy here. Now everywhere else it looks good, but right there along the bumper, just a little sloppiness to the paint of the bee there, but overall nice feeling plastic to it. Not a lot of hollow spots that I can see right here. It looks like they did some good job with some of the engineering on this guy, but he does have a backpack, but of course Bumblebee does have a backpack, so he is a backpack type of guy, likes going camping and things like that. So, but from an articulation standpoint, his head, you do have it up and down, side to side, that you can kind of move it. You also, the arm can come straight out like so. You have the twist at the top, and then also the twist right here, and then the bicep. Then you also have the angled right there at the elbow. I'm losing what I'm supposed to say. Then you have the twist here, but no kind of movement there, and it's just a whole hand, like he's like, caught you, now I gotta punch you. You do have a waist swivel. You don't have a ab crunch, so to speak, but you do have, he can Jean-Claude Van Damme that thing all day long, so he can do that. You have a thigh swivel right there, and then you also have about a 90-degree bend there. And then you do have a little kind of like an ankle tilt, but that's about it, and just a little tilt up and down there. So that is it from an articulation standpoint that you get with the bee. Yeah, but so far, I mean, he just does feel pretty good. Let's bring it a little close into the face. The face looks really good. I think the face sculpt looks good. Now, a lot of y'all are comparing him to the Netflix Bumblebee, which is more of that Volkswagen-y look, where this guy, he's a little bit more squared off. And so when we get him in alt mode, we'll see that a little bit more. But I don't have that Netflix one. This one I do have. And so far, I think he looks good. Now, some of y'all may be like, why didn't they get him in the Volkswagen mode? I don't know. Maybe it was the licensing between Volkswagen was a little too expensive, so they said no. But who knows? Who knows the decisions there? But I'm going to show you something that kind of helps me out, helps me sleep at night a little bit, knowing that this form is going to be okay on that. So let's do this. Let's compare him to some other robots, and then we'll get him transformed. First and foremost, going to compare him to a couple bees that I have here. So first of all, we have this. This is a core class Bumblebee right here. So yep, there he is, a little bit smaller than this deluxe class. Then this is a yellow cliff jumper. So you can kind of see right here, this is the yellow kind of Transformers G1 cliff jumper. But the reason why I brought him here, because he pretty closely resembles this bee with the more squared off kind of look to him. So that's why I wanted to bring him along, just to kind of show you there that he kind of just has a little bit more resemblance to this bee. So we'll move these guys out of the way so that way we can bring in some other people. So let's bring in a deluxe class here. This is Beachcomber, but look how much bigger Beachcomber is to Bumblebee. So is Beachcomber bigger than Bumblebee in the cartoons? I don't know. I haven't measured him or anything like that. This is a Legend Scale New Age Beachcomber right there. So we'll move him out of the way so you can kind of see that. And so let's bring in a Voyager class. This is the Netflix Optimus Prime, pretty close to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Biggest difference is like in the windows there. In the windows, hey, to the doors. All right, so anyway, and then last but not least, let's bring in a Voyager. This is the Studio Series right here. Let's see if I can pull this over here. This like right here, and let's just pull back a little bit more, and there we go. We got the Ultra Magnus there, so you can see how much he towers over the Bumblebee there. And so yeah, so there they are for scale. So he's gonna probably scale best with, of course, the Chug line there, but again, he's a little small. But should he be that small? That is up for you. I think I like him that small. I like a small Bumblebee. I don't like big Bumblebees. Big Bumblebees look like they can hurt. Small Bumblebees look like they don't hurt as much. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and clear the space. Thank you all for coming in. Please collect your paychecks on the way out. If you need a ride, we'll turn into a vehicle and get the heck out of here. And Beachcomber, I love your little parrot. But let's transform the bee here and make it happen. here he is, folks, in his alt mode. Alt mode, Bumblebee. Looks pretty decent. It was a little more difficult than I thought to transform a deluxe figure. There were some intricate steps in there. You can see I was fumbling around a little bit. But yeah, looks a little bee here. So let's just start with, of course, that it rolls. There we go. But just how big he is. So he's about 3 inches to almost 2 inches, about 1 inches high there. So let's bring him in closer so you can kind of take a look. Few things that already stick out to me that I do not like. Right here, look, that paint is off. Like, here's the yellow, and then this paint right here, it's just not the right color. That is a huge miss there, Hasbro. Something you could have done a little bit better, whether it's like make this yellow paint and then paint all this black. I don't know what happened, but yeah, you missed that big time. Yeah, right there, there, and there. Everything else is a nice yellow, and that's just kind of like a faded, so you may have to color match and get some paint and kind of do your own modding on that. But other than that, I mean, you got some little bit of gappiness here and there, but he is not a Volkswagen. He looks kind of like a Volkswagen, but he is not a Volkswagen Beetle. But the cool thing is you can take his gun and you can kind of peg it onto the back here, however you would like. So you can just kind of put it there and boom. And so there it is right there. So he has like a little rear kind of bumper thing there. But yep, he rolls good. Let's see if we can get him up the proverbial little backdrop here. That's about as far as I can get him to go. But yeah, overall, very nice little Bumblebee. I mean, everything kind of folds up nice and neat. The legs were just kind of a little tricky for me to get folded just to figure out, but I finally figured it out. So, overall, I mean, he looks good, but he's, again, this is a big deal breaker right there sometimes for most people. So it just doesn't look that great right there. But his alt mode looks good. Just that, I don't know why I can't get over that. It's just like a glaring, it's kind of like when you see someone like with just like some kind of imperfection and all you can do is stare at the imperfection. And you can't look at, everything else may be beautiful, but it's that one little imperfection, that little pick or that piece of food that dropped on your sweater, and that's all you can see, or that little piece of lettuce that's in your teeth. That's what this is. This is the lettuce in the teeth right here for me. But yeah, that's what that is. So let's do this. Let me get some other bees to compare him to. First bee we'll compare him to is, of course, this little cliff jumper, this little yellow cliff jumper. There we go. We can kind of see this is where I think the inspiration just is a little bit better, a little bit more. It's a little bit boxier versus the Volkswagen bee there. So this little yellow cliff jumper. And then we've got this little boxy bee right here. Core class. Little bee. Awesome blossom there. And then let's just bring in a deluxe class so you can kind of see how from a deluxe class this is going to kind of compare. So there is the deluxe class there. So he's a little bit smaller than Elita 1 deluxe class on that. Again, a smaller bee, but they did do some intricate, transformations. The robot mode is a really awesome, but the car mode leaves just a hair to be desired about, just especially the food on the sweater here, my friends. So let's get back together. Let's go to Jimmy in the chair and hear some of his final thoughts on this little Bumblebee. Is this the one you're looking for, or have you still not found what you're looking for? This is not the bee you're looking for. This is not the bee you're looking for. All right, let's do it. Welcome back to my final thoughts on Mr. Bumblebee from Studio Series 86 Transformers. And thank you for Jimmy over there in the review area for putting up with all the transformation, all the stuff that he had to do, because I get to do the easy stuff and tell you my final thoughts. So let's bring in little Bumblebee himself. There he is. Probably the pose. I will probably keep him in. There's that pretty little Bumblebee face that we all came to love. And so there are some really great things, and then there's some really great glaring shortcomings, so to speak. So first of all, I mean, I do dig how he looks. I mean, he looks really cool. Even though he's not a Volkswagen, he still looks really good. I like the boxy look. I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine for me on that. Robot mode, really nice. I think he looks good. I think he has a, there's not much wrong I could say about robot mode. I think he looks decent. He is a little on the small side. So for a deluxe, like Beachcomber is a lot bigger than Bumblebee, but so he's a little on the small side for a deluxe figure. So now the bad part is the alt mode. In the alt mode, while I like the car is fine. It's just now this paint right here on the side, right here, this paint does not match up to the rest of the yellow, and which is a sad glaring omission on that. That is just like, it's like the blemish on the perfect outfit right there. The blemish on that perfect outfit, it is there. It is that thing that you saw. It's like, wow, wonder why this sweater is marked down. It looks beautiful. And then there's just that one little spot on it that everyone can see. It's that pimple you got right there during senior picture day, and you're just like, oh my gosh, and everyone sees it and everyone notices it, and it's just like, and you're ruined forever in high school. You're forever known as Pimple Boy, and that is it. So Pimple Boy Bumblebee right here. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I mean, just because of that, for me, it puts him in the good category for me. I mean, if you don't have the Netflix one, this is going to be a really good one. This has replaced some people on the Netflix one, but if you keep him in robot mode, I think he's going to be really awesome, because you really don't notice that in robot mode. You notice it in vehicle mode. So if you keep him in vehicle mode, then that's where it's going to be glaring. You're going to have to touch up, do some little painting on him or something like that. Maybe Toy Hacks will come out with something that helps fix that, but that's where I am on it. So that is him. So is he the Bumblebee that you're looking for? Is he not the Bumblebee that you're looking for? You may have been looking for the Volkswagen Bumblebee, but you stumbled across this one, and if you don't have any others and this is the one you got, I think he'll be great. I think if you're keeping him in robot mode, he's going to be great. If you want an alt mode Bumblebee, go with the Netflix one if you can find it for a cheap price, which you're probably not going to be able to, but that's cool. That's it. And so I can't wait till the Optimus Prime Commander Series Studio Series 86 comes out, so that way I can put him in the trailer. But that's all I got to say about that. So tune in next time when we talk about something else good, bad, and awesome, and maybe consider becoming a member of the channel and supporting this channel financially. All proceeds go back to making sure that I deliver some really good, or maybe give a super thanks saying, hey, that was a pretty cool video. With my saying, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.